You nailed it. What's your game of the year so far this year?
That's oh shit, I meant to look that up. I've played like 25 to 30 games this year.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember them all. But there was this game by a developer I really like. He's released like a trilogy of games. He released the third one this year. It's called Sluggish Morss ad Infinitum.
Okay.
And it's his first commercial game.
Is this Jack King Spooner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that game, but I'm well aware that it's not for everyone because it's surreal. And to be honest, the gameplay is essentially just you kind of walking. Yeah. It doesn't really do a lot. But I love the visual style, the music, the social commentary and whatnot. Like, I'm really into Jack King Spooner. Nice. So without actually having a list in front of me, I have to give it to that game. But I know there was another game or two I rated the same, but I can't remember. Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls is up there too.
Right on. Well, since Jack King Spooner follows now both you and I on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, we're going to see if he actually listens to this. We hyped. You know what? I'm going to tweet him. I'm going to say, listen to this podcast because we really pimp up your game.
Yeah, I slob
this guy
his knob.
loves you.
I slob his knob on Twitter once in a while.
Yeah. I found it so weird because I started following him I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. Didn't think anything else of it.
Jared says Reaper of Souls makes the game worth playing.
There you go. Jared
like
confirmation. Reaper of Souls makes Diablo 3 worth playing. But yeah, then it's just randomly I got a notification. It was like, Jack King Spooner is now following you on Twitter. I was like, okay.
He's a cool guy.
Right on. So it's we're in on a good, pretty good time here so far. We're up over an hour and a half, and it's starting to get cold down here again. So I think what we're going to do, we had a little thing that we were going to talk about, like the QTE and cinematic adventure games, where we're talking about like games from Telltale and games from Quantic Dream by David Cage.
I got a cinematic adventure game.
What's
called
that?
Nick Goes and Takes a Piss.
All right, so Nick's going to the bathroom, and I'm not far from there. But just a couple of sort of quick hit topics before when Nick comes back, we're going to finish this thing off in style, in proper style.
With our pants off?
Exactly. So, but Nick yells always with the pants off. So we'll skip the QTE, the cinematic adventure conversation. Maybe we'll do that another time. But just a couple of quick topics for you that we can kind of talk about for a second. Parental controls on video games. What's your stance? Considering now, it's not something that you consider every day, but like considering the generation of games that we came from, where like parental controls were not an option.
Yeah, but back in the day, like Japanese games and whatnot used to get censored a fair bit.
That's
anyway,
true.
Once they came over here.
Yeah.
But I mean, even in like Final Fantasy 3/6, I always say that because some people still don't know.
Yeah, you never.
I want to be clear. That was a dark as hell game.
It was.
I mean, yeah, it was like pixels and shit.
Yeah.
So it didn't look as serious. I think it might not go over as well these days because things are more realistic looking.
Exactly.
But I mean, Celis tried to kill herself.
Exactly. Like Celis tries to kill herself. Kefka poisons the water at a castle and everyone dies.
The world gets destroyed halfway through.
Exactly.
The villain wins the game, basically.
And Celis gets raped in prison.
A theory me and Justin have.
It's not a theory. It's legit. It's what fucking happened. Because there's just way too much. It's subtle, but there's way too much. I don't want to say evidence because it's not, but it's like there's way too much conjecture in there that it's just like that happened.
It totally happened. There was rape.
Totally happened.
You have an attractive blonde girl tied up.
Exactly.
You beat her a little and then you rape her. That's
her
the
clothes
natural
are
order
like
of
hanging
things.
off of her and shit. That happened. So, but yeah. So as far as the whole parental control. Whoops, sorry, sir. As far as the whole parental control thing goes in video games, sort of a yay or nay kind of thing.
I mean, it's up to the parents really to teach their children what's right and wrong.
Right.
And as long as, you offer that choice, like don't just censor a game because it'll piss off parents.
Right.
Because then you're doing an injustice. Whatever. Like my parents never really did anything concerning games.
The censorship sucks.
The censorship agreed.
Yeah, censorship is. Yeah,
there's no censorship here. Fuck.
Yeah, there's
fuck. No censorship.
Tell us how you really feel.
No substitute. No substitute for censorship.
As you can tell, I'm back.
Exactly. Nick has come back from his piss. How's your piss, sir?
It was satisfying.
Excellent.
Rate it 1 out of 10.
Oh man. This had to be at least an 8.5.
That's up near orgasm level.
Yeah, that's
That
pretty
was
solid, sir.
it was steady and it was hard.
I don't know.
Just
I don't
like
think it's supposed to
me.
be hard. It's a liquid.
No, but I mean the stream.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
I mean, you get some of those where the piss it's like kind of like not that steady, and
Right,
kind
fair
of like
enough.
broken. This was like, yeah, talk about piss.
Talk about piss on the No Holds Barred podcast when we're trying to talk about DEM games.
On to them games.
Back to DEM games. And the last one I kind of wanted to hit you with before we go into our big closer is the violence in video games. Is it still an important topic? Like, is it still an important talking point when you're talking about video games? Like,
Well, no, it never should have really been an issue. I mean, you're always going to get people who are, for lack of a better term, fucked up,
right.
who see a video game, want to go reenact said video game and shoot somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But that's Harry Potter could set someone off, you know?
Right.
Like books could set someone off.
Books have set
Yeah.
people off.
So I was trying to think while you were talking. There was something that came up recently, but I can't remember what the controversy was now. But basically, parents got to parent
Yeah.
this. You know what I mean? I mean, is it healthy for a kid to only grow up playing first-person shooters? Maybe not.
Right.
Like, I don't know. But for a kid to grow up playing Mario's violent. That's fine.
Yeah, that's okay. You're only jumping on turtles
Yeah.
and knocking them out of their homes. Here's our closer, folks.
Okay.
It's the big one. Top 5 favorite video games of all time. You can rank if you want to. It's not necessary. Or you can rank as many as you think you can rank accurately. Start with our guest.
Justin already knows this because we briefly talked about it multiple times.
We've talked about this we've asked each other this question at least 20 times.
I don't even like my list because like I'm the kind of guy where I like when a lesser known game or whatever, or an oddball choice, as I like to say, gets thrown in there.
Mm-hmm.
But for my very top games, it's pretty boring. Metal Gear Solid. I don't know which one. I'm only going to include one. I'm a big fan of the series. It's my favorite series of all time.
You could basically just say the Metal Gear series.
The Metal Gear series is one. Number 2 is Parasite Eve. It's my favorite RPG of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of an oddball choice. I don't mind that. But then my next 3, off the top of my head, kind of boring. Final Fantasy 6, 7, and Chrono Trigger. Because, like, I played, especially Final Fantasy 6 and Chrono Trigger. I played them all the time.
How do you feel about the opening sequence of FF6?
I hate it. Because, just a quick story, I guess, so people understand.
Yeah.
Back in the day, we had to rent shit. And things were on cartridges. Blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
So you would have a save file, and you would send it back to Blockbuster, Super Video, or whatever rental store.
Yeah.
And you would hope the next time you rent the game that your save file would still be there.
Yeah, because this is when you had to save on the cartridges. Yeah.
And often it wasn't. And I rented Final Fantasy VI almost every weekend, and the save file was never there. So I played the beginning of Final Fantasy VI so much that I need someone to play it for me.
Yeah.
If I'm going to have a new playthrough, I'm like, please beat the first couple hours of Final Fantasy VI.
Like until you get out of Narsh.
It's a little farther, but I could deal with that.
I think Justin just farted.
I definitely just farted, and
there's definitely
I
a fart
apologize.
floating around.
Yeah, it was totally mine, and I sincerely apologize.
So what are you guys' favorite games?
I'll go.
Yeah, go, Nick. You go,
I'll go.
Nick.
Okay, so of course I'm going to throw out what I throw out all the time, and this in no particular order.
Right.
Pokemon, particularly the blue.
Pokemon Blue. Okay.
Okay. Grand Theft Auto franchise up into including the San Andreas.
San Andreas, right on.
Yeah. We have Portal, mainly Portal 2.
Right.
Because I love that game.
That's one of my great white whales. Like, I've never played either of the Portal games.
Same.
So that's like my Milosh's great shame that I've never played either of the Portal games, so I'm going to have to do that.
We have D-by Claim.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Full Throttle. Going to go with Redneck Rampage. Another one classic game.
Right.
If you haven't played it, you got to, because it's just one of those games that
entertaining.
it's going to suck you in. And
Yeah.
basically, I mean, there are cheats for it. Like, there's a cheat for every game, like God Mode and Infinite Guns, and it just makes it awesome, but you got to play with nothing.
Yeah, you got to play the bare bones game.
And it's so fun.
Nice.
I mean, getting into like some new school games, just like, and I know StarCraft, it isn't really new with, well, the StarCraft 2 is kind
they
of, but
released
when you go
expansions for
when you
StarCraft
go
2.
old school, just like the like old original StarCraft, with like Brood Wars,
right on.
That was shit.
Nice.
And I mean, I love that I put so much time into it. And even StarCraft 2, when I lived with Richard, we played that shit. Cool. But my old system wouldn't handle it, so I had to play it on his.
Okay. You even went a couple over 5. You nailed it.
I did.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
I just can't think.
When I talk about games, I can drop it.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna have to do this again, because as I said, there's a couple of topics that we didn't get to. But if I'm looking at my top 5, it gets muddy after 3. Like, I've got my top 3. I got my 1, 2, 3. So
Borderlands.
So I win the match.
Borderlands 2.
Yeah, that's right. We were both quite big fans of Borderlands, and you were too. We played the first Borderlands on co-op for quite a few hours until we lost the save file.
You guys excited for the pre-sequel?
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna see what it's all about. I'm holding out for the third core game, but I'm definitely gonna check it out. Now, as far as my top 5 of all time, again, easily the first 3. It's FF7, it's Suikoden 2, and FF6, and those are so
classics,
deeply locked into my top 3. It's not even a competition. And after 3, it gets kind of muddy. Like, I could put Skyrim as high as number 4 because I really enjoyed Skyrim. I'm still really enjoying Skyrim. I could put Terraria as high as number 4 or 5 because I put a ton of time into Terraria. Terraria, for those that if you don't know, it's basically Minecraft but with 2D sprites.
Ooh, I think you're going to annoy some Terraria fans with
probably.
That one.
Yeah, I probably am. Sorry, Minecraft is just Terraria in 3D.
No, they argue about the differences. Yeah, they used to.
Oh, there's definite, but for someone who has absolutely no idea what I'm talking about,
I think it's a good summary of the game. When I first see it, it's like that's what I think: Minecraft 2D.
Right. But like, I could put Genghis Khan 2, Clan of the Grey Wolf, as high as number 4 because I played that a shit ton.
Best strategy game of all time.
Exactly. Best strategy game of all time. You can conquer all of Europe if you're good enough. It takes a long ass time.
A Genghis Khan 3 would be incredible.
It would, yeah, it would be for sure.
I'm assuming there isn't already a 3, but then again, you never know. They release a lot of strategy games that never really
GotY,
see it over
isn't
here.
it?
What?
GotY, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know if there's. Yeah, they're still around.
Does GotY still exist?
I don't know. But like they still release like Romance of the Three Kingdoms and shit, but you never hear about it because they never make it over here.
No, it's true. Fair enough. Shit, I could put F-Zero somewhere in 4 or 5. I could put either Borderlands or Borderlands 2 at 4 or 5. I think the way I'll go with it is FF7, Suikoden 2, FF6, Genghis Khan 2, and Borderlands. I think that's the way I gotta go. Because Borderlands I thought was great. I just played way too much Genghis Khan 2 to not put it there. Like, I had one game in Genghis Khan 2 where I was into the 1500s. The game starts at
Does it start in the
11,
yeah.
Like you're ideally you're supposed to be able to, well, like if you're playing the first level, you're supposed to be able to beat the first level by 1206, which is the year that Genghis Khan actually unified Mongolia.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to be able to beat the game by 1206. But you start like the third version, like the highest tier, where you're trying to conquer all of Europe. And I had a game that was going until like the 15 or 1600s. Like I had been playing for a long. I was on my like great grandchild or something stupid like that. Like I'd been playing that game for a long ass time. But like Skyrim would be the honorable mention. Skyrim would probably be number 6. At times could jump up to number 5. I'm pretty much an RPG whore.
I want to throw out. I never give this love.
We'll end on this. Tyler's going to give something love.
For the SNES, Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen.
Oh, yes.
Is one also, it's a strategy RPG. It's also one of the best RPGs of all time.
For sure.
Gotta show love for Earthbound. I'm a big Super Nintendo guy.
Yeah.
Like in my heart, it's like the best system. He wants to say something.
Earthbound. Oh, God.
Is that a good or a bad? Is that a good or a bad?
It's a good.
All right, right
yeah.
on. Good.
Just memories.
Mother 3 is a worthwhile sequel to it.
What was that?
Mother 3 is a worthwhile sequel to it.
It's a spiritual successor or it's an actual sequel?
You don't play as Ness and them, and it changes a few things, but it's essentially it's a very similar game.
Okay. And that's a recent game too, right?
No, that was Game Boy Advance.
Oh, okay.
There's a bunch of fans are making Mother 4.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Which I'm not real excited for because I want the guy who actually made the original games to make a new one.
Right.
But I'll take what I can get, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for episode number 32 of the No Holds Barred podcast. Holy crap, we're at almost 2 hours. We're well over an hour and a half sitting down talking about DEM games.
DEM games.
One more time, pimp your blog.
On thegamely.blogspot.com.
Go read his stuff and watch his Goat Simulator video.
And write for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I want content every day, but I can't do that.
It's true.
So somebody write for me.
Do you like video games? If you like video games, write for Tyler's video game blog. Hit him up on Twitter. It's Art Bathed in Crime.
Yeah, it's not in.
Yeah, it's ArtBathedNCrime. I'll put it in the show notes in the YouTube videos. So follow Tyler at Art Bathed in Crime and check out the blog at onthegamely.blogspot.com. Find us on Patreon, patreon.com/noholdsbarredproductions. Toss us a couple of bucks if you like us. Nick, do you have anything to say before we get out of here?
Find me in my pants. It's going down.
Find you in your pants or find your pants?
That too. And also,
Nick had some drinks while he was in
I was going to say,
at Wilkins Honda and Subaru, we sell Hondas and Subarus.
All right, so Nick's loaded, so Tyler and I are going to take him upstairs and have a way with him. That is it for episode 32 of the No Holds Barred podcast. Come back and check us out next week. We'll be doing Last Fan Standing, talking about a little bit of wrestling. And, as always, have a great day, I guess. That's the way we'll end it. I don't realize that was the only thing that came to my mind.
Have a great
day.
What are we, like, friggin' from the 70s or something like that?
We're pretty much 6 years
This
old.
concludes your television experience.
I had to get in there.
Tyler got in there.
He got all up in that thing.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.
Later.